What if you could reactivate thousands of cold leads, automatically remind them about upcoming membership renewals, and follow up on missed appointments, or even call them before the appointment to tell them, hey, are you actually coming? Or if you're not, maybe we can reschedule. Hey, if we haven't met yet, I'm Mo from Sonar AI, and we build voice AI agents for small to medium-sized businesses. Today, I'm building a complete AI outbound system that works 24/7, costs 95% than actually hiring callers, and can generate six-figure in recovered revenue. I'm only opening 5 free consultation slots for viewers that want to implement the system into their own business. So if you're interested, then I invite you to check out the description for the first link. And with that said, let's jump right into it. We'll draw it out and make it clear right away. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have the contacts stored in Google Sheets. And of course, that would be, let's say, just an exemplary CRM. Of course, if you have a specific CRM that you're using, then that would take place there instead of Sheets. But then what we're doing is that we're using N8N to pretty much take that information. So the number, the name, any, let's say, data that you have stored about this lead. And we're going to pass it through N8N to then fire off a call. And well, in this case, we're going to build the agent in Vapi, yeah. But yeah, like the N8N will pretty much use the API keys from Vapi to pretty much call directly the lead that we want to contact. Cool. With that said, let's jump into the actual building. All right, so we are here in Google Sheets, and we have our sheet set up. And what we will have to pretty much do is that we will need to add a phone number. So we have a field for phone number, and then we add here perhaps like a name and maybe an email that we pretty much will be using in the call. And in my case, when it comes to my phone number, I'm gonna put it here. I'm just gonna hide it here, so yeah, I don't get spammed. So give me a second to do that. Okay, cool. So we have the most simple information that we have here, and we just put the phone number here. Make sure to add the plus, because this is a very important piece that often people get wrong, because yeah, the format is not, let's say, correct. You add your name and your email. Okay, so what we do now is that we go on N8N. All right, once in N8N, we are going to look for sheets. And then we will need to get rows in sheet. We select the correct, yeah, that's correct. And then we look for our sheet. Outbound calls, the sheet number will probably be sheet 1. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we should be good here. Let's save. Amazing. We got all the information. So the row number, phone number, name, and email. Fantastic. Now what we need to do is we need to connect our Vapi agent that we are going to pretty much set up now through their APIs into N8N here, so we're able to fire off a call directly. So let's do that. All right, and now we go to the assistant, we create a new assistant, and I have a prompt that I am also providing in the description, so I will quickly pretty much fill it out. So we call it YouTube found the caller. Then we create the assistant, and now I will quickly fill out the prompt that I provide in the description. It's pretty much a prompt for a water spa company. And yeah, you can test it out for yourself, but or just also like adapt the prompt for your situation or your business. It's like, be right back. Amazing. So now that I quickly added the Vapi, let's say, first message and system prompt, what I would do here is I would either keep GPT for a cluster or for one mini, for one, sorry, is the one that I like nowadays. And what I also like to set here is to say 108, wait, 128, and then when it comes to the temperature, keep it at 0.4. When it comes to voice configuration, I think we can keep the Vapi ones, but if you want to be a bit more creative, you can play around with the 11 Labs voices. They tend to be, let's say, the best in class, at least up to my testing. And yeah, if we want the speed, or at least optimized for speed, I also like to go for 11 Flash V2. Fantastic. Yeah, with that said, I think we can publish. Cool. And now what we can do is get a phone number that we can assign this agent to. So let's do that. And what we do here is that we go to where is it? Phone numbers. Yes, I keep changing the UI, so it's sometimes difficult to remember. All right, so let's put an area code. I'm just randomly placing an area code here. Okay, it's giving us hints on what to select. So I'll just select this. Why is it not working? I think now it should. Phenomenal. So we have the phone number here, and what we can do is go to outbound settings, select the assistant, and go for the YouTube caller. And oh yeah, it's activating in a few. So yeah, we can wait for that. In the meantime, we can go back to our lovely N8N. Now in N8N, what we will need is that we will need to pretty much now capture and let's say get the agent that we built, so the one that we have pretty much prompted. And what we can do here, before actually we kind of like set it up here in N8N, is that we can go back to our Google Sheet and we can kind of like create a sheet 2, and we can kind of, yeah, call it agent ID. And what we do here is that we now go back, and what we can do again is have a second Google Sheet that retrieves the ID number, because what's going on is that we're going to pretty much have the ID selected, like we will put the number of the ID here in this URL. And for more information, you can always go to the the documentation from Vapi. And what I like to do, or at least a little like hack that I like to use, is I get the C URL always, I copy it here, and then what I go and do is if I have like an HTTP module, HTTP module request, what I do is import C URL, and what you need to do is pretty much, as you can see here, it will fill out directly, so we will import, and voila. And what we can do is, or we will have to do, is pretty much replace this ID with, our ID. And the bearer token here, we will have to put our private keys. So what I will do now is I will put the token, of course, like show you how to do it, and then we will map out the ID. So yeah, oh, sorry, this is getting a little messy. So yeah, let's do that now. Let's connect it. Actually, first let's get the sheet, the ID of the agent. So we will get the row in the sheet. And then again, we're getting the same document from before, or the same sheet, and then we're selecting sheet number 2. Fantastic. Okay, good. And then what we can do is maybe run it once. So we have the field already there. Fantastic. So now we can connect it here. We open the HTTP here. And what we can do is we can go in Interesting. It did it. Yeah, well, of course, we had the agent ID, but we didn't put anything in, below it. So what we need to do is go back to Vapi now, and we go on the overview, and we go to the assistants. We go to our beautiful assistant here, and as you can see, here there is like a long code that we can copy, and that's the assistant ID that we will be pretty much filling in the sheet. So just copy that. Then go back in the sheet, we add it, and voila, that's done. And then we come back here, and if we click once more, we should be able to get it. Phenomenal. Yes, here it is. So we have the ID now, and what we can do now is we take this agent ID, we take it and we snap it right here. Done. Yes, this is working. There's a little space that we can kind of fill. Amazing. Now what we miss is pretty much putting our token here. So I'm going to add it now, but in the templates, I will be removing it, of course, because then that's putting me in a bit of danger, but make sure to put your token here. How do we do that? Now we go in our Vapi dashboard, and we go to API law. Oh, no, sorry. That's not where it should be. Damn it. It keeps changing the API section here. So, oh yeah, here it is. Vapi API keys. And what we do is we copy the private API key. We copy it. And yeah, so what we do is that we will pretty much fill it here. So I'll pause here so I can put it in all security and then get back to you. All right, so I had to switch to my like webcam, because like computer webcam, because we're going to now test the phone number. So we're trying to go to make the call. Before that, what we need to do is we will need to get an additional field into our Google Sheet. And that is the phone ID, because we added the assistant ID, but we didn't add the phone ID, which is pretty much the way that we connect our phone number, like the Vapi phone number, into the Google Sheet here, and then send it into the make call HTTP request. So just follow what I'm doing. I know it can be confusing. So what we're going to do is we go to the dashboard, and as you remember, we built this phone number, or we added it. And you will see this code here. I want you to copy it, and then we go back to our Google Sheet and we put it here directly. Cool. All right. With that said, then on the Google Sheet side, we're fine. And what we need to do now is use this. Okay, I'll show you now what I mean. So I like to use this documentation page to pretty much create my CURL. So I'll show you how to do it, because it's then easy for you to fit it to your situation. So I'll just close it here. And pardon me, my internet connection is a little clunky, so things are going a little slow. It's not closing, man. Anyways, what you should be able to do. Okay, cool. So now we are on the documentation side, and we want to create a call. So this will bring us to this page. And essentially what you can do here is also, before you go through like what we're going to do now, I recommend you to actually read through the documentation to understand what are the components. Okay, finally. And for example, here we understand, of course, we have the authorization that is required, but then to make the call, we also need to create a customer. And within this customer, we will have like some specific kind of fields. But I'll just show you now what I mean. So let's click on try it. So now, just to give you the theory, so we're going to build a customer, and a customer pretty much is the person we're going to call, and we will have, the fields that we had before, so phone number, mail, and the name. Cool. Let's maybe clear the form so it's cleaner. Exactly. So now what we're going to do, okay, now we clean that completely. So we go and we click we select customer, not customers, because we only want one. And within customer, we will add in this case, we have a number, we have a name, and we have an email. I already saw voila. We have an email. Cool. So then we can kind of like go and call the customer or the person. Now what we want to do is we have two variables here, the agent and the phone that we want to kind of like call with. So we are going to select the agent ID. I think Vapi calls it assistant ID, actually not agent. We should make it easier with the naming, but we will select the agent ID and the phone ID. So let me do that. Now here, yes, here. So what we do is we go to optional properties and we look for phone number ID. That's one, the one that we just copied. And assistant ID. Yeah, here it is. Fantastic. And as you can see, it filled us our JSON. Sorry, not the CURL, pardon. So what you do is that you copy this, and what you do is you come here, and then you go into import CURL, and you just paste it. And yeah, I mean, you will have to put your bear code. I'm not going to put it in now, but just to show you what's going on. So you will see these empty pretty much. But what you do is that you will see number, and you pretty much come here. You see the phone number, and you drag it and you drop it here. So for example, I mean, let's maybe delete, I don't know, email, for example. Let's delete it. What we do is we drag the email and we drop it here. So yeah, you just fill out every field. So number, you put, I did it already just to go and speed up things. Number, I put phone number, name is name, email is email, assistant ID. This is just to not get confused. It's agent ID. So you just select that, phone number ID, and well, we're good to go. Okay, final step, I will just put my bear key. Yeah, again, for security reasons, I'll just pause it for a second, then we get to call. Amazing, so we are ready. Let's save, and yeah, let's give this a test. Execute workflow. So I have my host here. Now it should be coming. Yes, here we go. And we have the call pretty much coming to us. I mean, I can answer, but it's not going to be that, let's say, impressive. Hey there, I'm just calling to test out. How are things?
Hi, this is Serena calling from Tranquil Water Spa.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good. But you saw how it worked. So yeah, I hope that made sense. All right, so with this said, I had a lot of fun to build this out. I hope this can be valuable and informative for you. If you have any questions, please leave in the comments. I try to get to comments in a timely manner. And again, I do have these free 5 slots for consultations for action takers that want to take a step and build this actual system into your business. So if you're interested, please, I do invite you to book a call with me. And yeah, with that said, I thank you so much. I invite you to watch some of my other videos, and I see you in the next one.